this is the first of a number of major milestones that our investor partners and retail investors out there should be seeing from BioHarvest Sciences, specifically now that we're obviously listed on NASDAQ. It's a critical time for us to continue the momentum and continue to scale the business.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. Joining me now is Ilan Sobel. He is the CEO of BioHarvest Sciences. And Ilan, it's great to have you back again. How are you?
Steve, darling, it's fantastic to be here, specifically on a major milestone day like today.
Yes, that's exactly it. Company out with news today that you've surpassed 50 million in VINIA sales. Quite an accomplishment for your flagship product. Let's take a step back here, Ilan, and just remind everyone of what's happened over the last 15 years since you had an idea, so to speak.
Well, it goes back to the founders of the company. Like you said, Steve, 15 years ago, when we started to develop the botanical synthesis technology, which is a technology that we've invested $100 million in maturing and scaling. And we started off with our first product, which was VINIA, which is based on the French paradox. We all know the French paradox. The French people, they have a fatty diet, lots of pâté, lots of lipids, but they have amazing cardiovascular health. So when the scientists tried to understand what is it about the cardiovascular health, they realized that what was driving it was moderate consumption of red wine, Steve. That's 2 to 3 glasses of red wine every day. Remember that, okay? And inside the red wine, it was critical polyphenols, specifically the piceid resveratrol, which was so important for the cardiovascular health. So we understood this, and we started literally with the grape, and we took the cells from the grape, and we were able to magnify the levels of piceid resveratrol 100 times. So today, we are the only company in the world that can produce piceid resveratrol. That's the gold standard of resveratrol at a commercial and industrial scale, together with the other polyphenols from the red grape, catechin, quercetin, anthocyanin, and tannins. And so we then, Steve, we figured out how to grow these unique cells in large-scale industrial bioreactors. Today, we're growing in bioreactors north of 1,000 liters. And of course, we're a science-based company, and we did multiple clinical trials. The key clinical trial demonstrated VINIA's ability to significantly increase arterial dilation, which drives blood flow. And that's why today, we are the king of blood flow in the US market. Consumers understand the uniqueness of our piceid resveratrol and its ability to increase blood flow through arterial dilation. And blood flow is the most critical part of your body's operating mechanism, giving you more physical energy as a result of increased oxygenation to your body tissues and cells. And of course, Steve, giving you that critical mental alertness, removing all that brain fog. So given these core benefits, I call these core benefits the new Maslow's hierarchy of the consumer of today. In addition to the benefits we have around maintaining healthy blood pressure levels and reducing oxidation of LDL cholesterol, American consumers have voted. And we see today 50 million cumulative sales since we launched in the US in 2021 in May. And also we have today more than 50,000 active subscribers. So 50 million sales and 50,000 active subscribers. And it really demonstrates the power of our botanical synthesis technology, because VINIA is that major validation that has allowed us to really scale and mature our technology platform.
And that allowed you to also infuse other things like coffee and things like that. So is that more of the plan to move forward on this in order to increase those type of sales?
Well, when you look at the $50 million in sales and you look at its composition, the core, the vast majority, more than 90%, is anchored in the capsules, which is our core product, which is growing at very, very high double-digit growth. But we've very successfully launched coffee, nearly $2 million of coffee direct to consumer. We're the most premium coffee in the US market because we have superior science, superior efficacy, and importantly, Steve, superior taste. And that's why our coffee business is growing and compounded every single month. And we've launched right now our VINIA Superfood Tea. I have here some green tea that I'm drinking right now, Steve. And the tea is going really, really well. And we will continue to bring VINIA to American consumers in unique delivery mechanisms, really fitting in with their lifestyle, ultimately giving them the appropriate ways of increasing and improving their blood flow and ultimately improving physical energy and mental alertness. And who doesn't need more physical energy and mental alertness today?
Absolutely. Ilan, in the news release, you also talk about expansion and especially your state-of-the-art facility, which will be expanded and operational late 2026. Tell me about that part of things.
So our current facility today, Steve, we've worked really hard with the increase in our bioreactor size to basically increase capacity to roughly 25 tons. This has given us the required time to 4x the actual size of this facility with the development of a new manufacturing facility that will be a 100-ton facility. And obviously, we'll continue to upgrade our technology with bringing in, best-in-class processing technology all the way through in order to really drive our gross profit margins, which continue to grow quarter on quarter.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a very exciting year set up for now. Obviously, 50 million sales is one thing, but the ability to continue new products and expansion, it seems like moving up past that 50 million is going to be something that people should really look for in the next couple of years.
Correct. This is the first of a number of major milestones that our investor partners and retail investors out there should be seeing from BioHarvest Sciences, specifically now that we're obviously listed on NASDAQ. It's a critical time for us to continue the momentum and continue to scale the business. As you probably know, our CDMO business, which is a contract development and manufacturing organization, has really grown from strength to strength. We announced a major deal with Tate & Lyle, the largest sweetener company in the world, to develop the next generation of non-nutritive sweetener. And we're busy working feverishly on that project. And that potentially is a game changer for the industry, understanding the magnitude of impact that we can have from a health and wellness perspective. And ultimately, it all ladders up to the North Star of the company, Steve, which is why we come to work every single day from a vision, mission, and inspiration perspective, which is to actually discover, develop, manufacture, and democratize life-changing molecules from plants that can impact the lives of hundreds of millions of consumers around the world. But importantly, Steve, doing this in a way that preserves the planet for generations to come. So 2025 is going to be another milestone year for us, and looking forward to bringing some major catalysts to our investor partners as it relates to the CDMO and continued very high double-digit growth on the direct-to-consumer business that really has doubled every single year for the last 3 years.
Yeah, exciting times ahead, Eli. We look forward to sharing it with everyone when the time is right. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on this very exciting milestone.
Thank you, Steve. Great to see you again.
All right, Ilan Sobel, the CEO of BioHarvest Sciences.